Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond the Cinema. My name is Tyler.
I am Spencer.
And I'm Ethan.
And we just watched another movie. It's a movie. We watched it.
It's called Jumbo's Amazing Animal World.
What?
We just watched the PG-13 Zombieland Love and Monsters. I mean, all in separate occasions, and it's been out for a little bit, but we all watched it, so we're going to talk about it today.
Because it's new.
So I just wanted to start off, I really had no interest in this movie at all, but new movie in theaters, I'm there. But as I watched it, I really like Dylan O'Brien. Even if I didn't super love this movie, he needs to be in more things. I'm sad that he's not, because the Maze Runner thing kind of just fizzled out and died, and ever since then so has his career, because there's that point where they're like, ooh, he might be Spider-Man, and I really hoped he was going to be Spider-Man, and then he got hit by a car. literally hit by a car. But he just has so much charisma, and he's really likable, and I want to see Dylan O'Brien in a thing. Put him in a Marvel, put him in a Star Wars, put him in a something.
This movie, it requires nothing from you. You could go in with a nail in your forehead and enjoy this movie the same as you would otherwise. It requires nothing. It is nothing. It is just
you can actually be brain dead and
yeah,
enjoy this movie.
You could literally roll in there a vegetable and enjoy this movie.
So you could roll into this movie from the New Mutants and really like this movie.
I was noticing through this movie that there wasn't really a bad guy up until, I knew there would be a bad guy. And
That's
Ethan,
part of the problem. Yeah,
so Ethan and I saw this in theaters together, and we heard after Chickadee called Dylan O'Brien over the radio, was like, yeah, there's this cruise party people, and they showed up, and they're gonna take us somewhere cool, and
he makes his own beer.
Yeah, he makes his own beer. Isn't that great? And
we made simultaneous eye contact.
Oh yes, we were very concerned about that situation. And then we actually meet the captain, who they call Cap, of this boat, and immediately upon sight and hearing him, I elbowed Ethan in the ribs and said, "Bad guy."
And you know what?
He was. He was the bad guy. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the Australian accent or the blonde flowing hair like Prince Charming from Shrek 2. I don't know what it was, but something about him was just very clearly evil, and it was just the easiest call I've ever made in a film.
I do have a couple of small gripes with this movie, because like Ethan said, it's kind of a mindless popcorn movie, and mindless popcorn movies are hard to critique because they're not really meant to be that good, so you can't really blame them for being that bad. But while I was watching this movie, I was having a fun time. But oh my heck, I would have preferred any other apocalypse. The monsters are just unpleasant to look at. I wasn't scared for Dylan O'Brien to die. I was scared they were going to come back up on screen. But if it was zombies, if it was robots, if it was aliens, any of that, the title still would have worked. Give me something else. Also, Dylan O'Brien is hacking and has unlimited ammunition, because I need to go back and watch the movie, but I think he shoots a total of 12 arrows into trees and stuff and then leaves them there, but then always has had the same 3 arrows in his quiver the whole movie. So I don't know where he's getting these from. They're probably those Hunger Games CGI Katniss arrows where you watch her hand go to the quiver and nothing comes out of it, but a CGI arrow is suddenly on the bow. Ta-da. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, like he said, the monsters, they are just unpleasant to look at. There are maybe 2 total good monster designs in this movie. And even the climax monster has the face of Steve Buscemi.
How do you do, fellow kid?
He's got the weird sad eyes of Steve Buscemi, and that is it. There's 2 total good monsters. And the reason is because they didn't choose any good animals to base them off of, because the whole premise is that they're mutated, cold-blooded animals. So you'd think that they'd do the spooky ones like spiders and snakes and crocodiles, and the ones that are easy to kind of amp up and make, like, you make them extra spiky and with extra teeth and the whole 9 yards. Boom, you've got yourself a good creature design, because those are already scary looking animals. But no, they're like, what if we give you the big old frog with a third eye and he's also extra ugly?
They give you the rock snail from SpongeBob.
Yeah, except he's got like a human Snapchat filter face on him.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go this apocalypse, at least choose the animals that are really cool. Like even a big iguana would have been really sick in this movie. And then they mention one, just like they mention a giant crocodile and a giant snake. But we never see it, and it's just a wasted opportunity and a waste of my time.
I was not emotionally invested in any characters in this movie, except maybe Dylan O'Brien's character. But like, some specific examples would be when Dylan O'Brien's character, they're being attacked by the centipede, and the centipede has got little doggo surrounded, and Dylan O'Brien has to man up and actually shoot the thing to save the doggo. And he does it, and then the doggo is okay, but there's just this big drop in the dramatic music where it's like, where it's like, wow, oh my gosh, he overcame his fears and boy is okay, yay! I was not invested. I didn't care. I was like, oh yep, you should have done that. Yep. And then another thing that I was not invested in at all is the fact that at the end, he felt like his real family were the people, and the people back at the original colony. I understand where they're going with that, but I feel like the relationships between him and those guys was not built up enough for me to see like the emotional impact. Like, yeah, those guys were my family, man. I think the only reason that this movie was fun to watch for me, anyways, was because of the dialogue and how it was delivered. They had a lot of great one-liners in there and a lot of witty dialogue that was just fun to listen to and fun to watch. And they got actors who did it really well. Even the little girl, I don't know her name, the actress, but like she did a great job with her lines and her dialogue and stuff. And so I think that's what makes this movie enjoyable, honestly, is 100% that the dialogue and the acting used to get it across. So that's what I think.
We'll just get right into the ratings or the thoughts on it. This one is in theaters, so we do actually have a couple of options.
And it is on streaming.
And it's on streaming.
It's not an IMAX.
So we actually have the 3 pillars back, baby.
I'm going to give this one a stream it, as long as that streaming it doesn't cost $20. I think it might. But if it does cost $20, go see it in theaters. But I think with the barren wasteland that is the movie industry right now, the fact that we're not going to get any movies until 2022, it's fine. Like it's watchable. So yeah. I would say to watch it. But man, I really wish we had something better to talk about right now.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm also going to say stream it, just barely.
Okay, harsh. I was actually going to say, like, if the movie industry was thriving, this is the definition of a streaming movie.
So, we're just going to leave it at that. I don't know when we'll see you again.
Yeah.
There's no movies.
We'll probably, maybe we'll talk about going back and reviewing classics, or, I don't know, with Halloween.
Mando Season 2.
Yeah,
yes,
Mando Season 2.
But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the little like button, that little bell icon if you've already subscribed. As well, please go check us out on 60 Second Films. We're putting more short films up on there, as well as some new short films on the channel if you'd like to check those out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for going with us beyond the cinema.
Woo! Cinnamon!